Well, during the lockdown, obviously things still have to be done, and people have to go away for hospital treatments, and obviously some of those are completely unexpected. Joining me now is Malcolm MacDonald. Malcolm, your story is just amazing, and it's going to be moving people a lot. But in a serious way, things have not gone right for you here. Something's gone horribly wrong. I'd like you to explain the whole story, if you don't mind, first of all, and then we can pick up from that.
Yeah, no problem. My fiancée Kelly had a heart attack on Sunday morning, and I took her to hospital, and that was it. She was whipped away. I wasn't allowed to go and see her then. That was all. That's the last time I've seen her. And she had to go to Liverpool and have a procedure done there, which has come back that she has had a heart attack and she's damage to her heart and whatnot. But they said we could isolate together. So there'd be no problem because we're all in lockdown anyway. So I went and got all the food for the 3 weeks, everything that we needed. We've got a great bank of friends that we were short of anything. We had it all sorted. They were going to. We had a lodger who had to move out. He's gone back to home, like, so. Everything was sorted, and then when she got to come home from Liverpool, they told her she couldn't come home because I was here. I was still living at home, and she said, "I thought we were isolating together," and they said, "No, you're not allowed. You're not deemed that you need care when you get home." And that's come from the Manx government. They've said, "No, you can't have it." So
sorry, Malcolm. Let me just get this quite clear. I mean, she's just had a heart attack. She's come back home, yeah. And she's expected to live by herself. I mean, any care coming in or what?
Yeah, well, they wouldn't. In fact, they wouldn't even let her come home from Liverpool unless I moved out. I had nowhere to go, but I had to tell them that I'd moved out, so I could get her out of the hospital. So she came back to the Isle of Man. I immediately got into my car, packed some stuff, got into my car. So she was then able to come home. She's come home, and the government have said that she's not allowed any help or she's. Because it's deemed that she doesn't need medical help at the house, i.e. she doesn't need people giving her injections and stuff, but she needs care. She needs help in the house, in the home. Liverpool Hospital agreed that she did need help in the home, and the government have said no. And I've had MHKs, I've tried everything. They've just given me a blank no. She doesn't need care. She can isolate on her own, and that's all it is.
And this makes clear.
Sorry, heart attack was put on by stress,
right?
And this is just given her nothing but stress. You know, it's terrible. Like,
because my question was, I presume she's not wanting to be by herself. She does want you in there, does she? So it's not like
yeah, she needs me in there. I mean, she was a smoker, and she's trying to give up smoking, and she's on all this new medication. She's on 12 tablets a day, which she doesn't normally take tablets. She won't take a tablet for a headache, but she's on all these tablets. She's just not right. She's stressed out because she can't have anybody with her. She's on her own. And the last time, when she had the heart attack on Sunday, her phone was alongside her, but still couldn't get to it. She was in that much pain, and she screamed, and that's how I knew. I ran down the stairs, and she was having a heart attack. And that's what's worrying her. She can't. If something happens again, she's just going to be on her own. That's it. That's her on her own, and nobody's there to help her.
So is home help going in, or no. Doctors and nurses, or something, no. Medical people going in?
Nobody's allowed in there. The only people that are allowed in there are the ones that have taken the COVID test today. They're coming back on the 6th day, and then they're coming back on the 13th day. They're the only ones that are allowed in.
And she's getting those tests herself. Are you going through these tests so you can get yourself cleared?
No, I haven't had a test. I mean, she's already had 2 tests. She had a test on Sunday at Nobles, which came back clear, and she had a test yesterday at Liverpool. That was clear. She's negative on both them tests. So there's really no reason why we can't isolate together. I mean, even if she had COVID and gave me COVID, I would be in isolation with her anyway. It would make no odds.
Okay, I mean, that would be the bubble, and that would be the obvious thing. Now, something's gone wrong here. Someone's got their wires crossed, surely. Is this really why you're worried that no one so far has been picking up the phone to help you?
Yeah, well, I've been in touch with Dr. Allinson, who is my MHK, and he agrees with me fully. He agreed with me fully on the phone. And I'll quote him. He says, I've spoke to the health minister direct, and he'll hopefully get him to make the right decision as to me being there with her to care and help her. It's just come back no every time. I mean, I waited till 9. I had to sleep in my car last night because I waited till 9 o'clock for him to come back to me, and he said the health minister hadn't been in touch with him, so he'd get in touch. And he was in a COMAS meeting with him this morning, and he said he would get back to me then. So I had to sleep in my car. I had nowhere to go.
So you are obeying the rules. You are keeping that distance. You're waving through the window or something, I suppose, or whatever.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I slept in my car last night, and then at 11 o'clock last night, at 11:15 last night, I had another message off him saying that the CEO had said no, there was just no way, and he couldn't change that situation. Dr. Allison couldn't change that situation. The decision had been made, and that was it.
So if you went in the house, you'd be breaking the law, and you therefore could be in trouble with the police. I mean, that's how it's reading to me, right?
I'd be arrested and sent to jail, I suppose, for breaking the COVID rules.
Okay. As I said, something we usually find after exploring these things that things will happen. Let's hope they do. The ideal thing would be that you could move in and accept and sign whatever waivers and take responsibility for your own actions and be in a bubble for 21 days or whatever it takes, right?
I've even told them that I would pay for my own COVID test if that was COVID tests. I'd pay for a COVID vaccine if that helped. I would do anything they wanted me to do, basically, just so I could get in and help her. I mean, she's normally a strong-willed and bubbly person, but you can tell she's not well and she needs help, and she does. There's no two ways about it. So, unfortunately, I've got accommodation sorted now. I've had to rent some accommodation, but it's not about the accommodation. It's about being there to support someone who's had a heart attack less than a week ago, and I'm still not allowed to be there. It's a decision made by medical professionals, which is outrageous. How they've come to that decision is beyond me. I don't know. So I thought my only option now is to maybe bring it to the media and hopefully where do you draw the line where somebody is not fit enough to be looked after or not well enough to be looked after? I mean, if she'd broken her arm, would I be allowed to go in and help her? If she'd broken her leg, would I be allowed to go in and help her? Or because it's a heart attack, is that not deemed necessary? I mean, as far as everybody I've spoke to, including doctors, they've all said she needs care at home, but the government have said no. And that's it. And they're not backing down.